What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday. My name is Justin, aka No Good Comics, and welcome back to the channel. Today I am going over my comic book haul of what I collected at King Kon IV, which is just past this weekend. I was there on Saturday. It was actually a 2-day event. I was only able to go Saturday, but it was a blast, absolute blast. If you guys have never heard of King Kon before, they're calling it King Kon. This is their 4th con that they've put together now. So that's where the number comes from. I've been to 2 and 3 also in the past year and a half, I think. Shout out to Greg from MTG Greg. I'll have to put his link in the description as well. I added the King Kon page down in the description, so definitely check that out over on Instagram. Greg puts on an amazing show. I know other people are involved with that as well. Pressable Defects doing a sponsorship with them also, and DJ Links as well. Absolutely awesome. Had a blast seeing everybody there. It is certainly like the community type con that I always look for and enjoy, because it's about hunting for books and catching up with friends. So everyone, at least here on the East Coast for the most part, travels to this thing. I mean, we had people coming from Baltimore. Shout out to Michelle or Maryland, and people coming from Rhode Island, Paul, and everywhere in between. So it's really cool to see everybody, and of course everybody just in the tri-state area in general, catching up with folks is a blast. So again, shout out to everyone that runs King Kon and put that whole thing together, all the vendors that were there. It really is something that, and I think Greg does this like twice a year now, essentially, is the goal. Like I said, this was the first show where they did 2 days for the event. That usually was just on a Saturday, so it's good to see that it's growing even more. But yeah, so I got a ton of books. So that's one stack there. I actually got I got 3 more stacks very similar to that. So yeah, there's a good amount of things that I'm going to show off today. I just want to run through them. Again, if you're here watching right now, appreciate you taking the time, or if you're watching the replay, appreciate that as well. Make sure you smash that like button if you haven't already. So yeah, let me see how I want to go about doing this. Let me open up my water here. Just the water, not anything else. Real quick in the chat, I saw my man John, Big Daddy Ross, hanging out. What's going on, man? Yeah, it definitely was a sizable haul for sure. And I'm really pumped to show this stuff off. So I don't really have an order. What I was going to do is kind of show off what I got based on certain vendors, and kind of go from there. Like I said before, there were a ton of folks from the community, people that I've met through YouTube, through Instagram, who I've met just at local, Comic Cons and expos that are here in the Jersey, New York area. Like I said, Pressable Defects was there. Very Gary was there. I got to hang out with BX Boxer. Morb was there. Like I said, Michelle came up, which was an awesome surprise as well. X Illusionary Comics and Gerard. I got some books from both of them. They had a 5 booth setup, which was awesome. Streetside Anthony, shout out to Streetside Anthony too. Great seeing him again. I also got to meet up with my good friend Jeff over at Comic Book Cannon. Definitely go check them out if you haven't already. Jeff's a really great guy, and it was nice to finally connect with him, because I think he's right over in Pennsylvania. So nice to finally catch up with him there. Yeah, trying to think. Like I said, there were so many people that were there. My buddy Conlin was there, Conlin Comics. He gave me a couple things I'm going to show off here in just a little bit. Really nice of him to do that. So it's nice to catch up with him as well. And yeah, like I said, just a ton. Zap Comics was there. My LCS, shout out to Zap. Ben was hanging out. Man, trying to go through. New York Warriors were there. Erod 212 hanging out as well. Nemesis Prime was there. Yeah, just a great time catching up with everybody. Oh, I see Candace in the chat. What is up, Candace? Good to see you. Yeah, so like I said, I have like 4 piles about this size, so I'm going to kind of just go through some of them. I'll start with actually not put that one down for now. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of rattle off some stuff. So this definitely was more of a Marvel favored run, or Marvel what do you call it? Or I was very Marvel focused when I was hunting, put it that way. Maybe hanging out with Morb and Paul back-to-back issues, that certainly does it. But yeah, so I'm gonna just hold off some of these and just kind of go through. So similar to my last haul video, which was was it last Monday? I feel like this is like my third Monday in a row where I'm going live here. That's not good because it means it's a lot of books I've been buying. I'm just going to go through this, but I found a ton, and actually I'm going to shout out Millhouse Comics. I'll put their card up there. So the guys over at Millhouse, just met them for the first time. They had a great deal where everything was sticker price was half off. So I started going. I actually didn't see the half off sign at first. I was just going through, and I was like being real tight about what books I was going to buy, and I had somewhat of a budget, so I was trying to stay within that budget, respectively. And then like halfway through, I realized that everything in the bins I was looking at was half off. So I was like, oh man, that literally chopped everything in half. I started doing the math. And I bought a lot more. So it was really nice of them to have that sale. And then on top of that, they actually took a little extra off too. So I appreciate you guys over at Millhouse for doing that. I'm going to show these books off. I see Art Chemist in the house. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Like I said, just showing off the con haul that I got from King Kon. So one random modern book here that I did not own is from Strange Academy. This is issue number 14. I think it's the first full appearance of Gaslamp or something to that effect. I had just finished reading this not too long ago. I binged the entire thing. It's so good. If you guys have not read Strange Academies, I'm actually reading the new stuff now because they did Strange Academy Final with Scotty Young there and Humberto Ramos. Really, really fun overall read. So yeah, I had to get that. That was they had it at $10. I got it for $5. So good deal there. Actually, let me make a pile here of stuff. Let's see. Oh, a couple more people in the chat. What is up? Wesley Comics in the house. Good to see you, man. Wes, dude, I wanted to ask you if you were going to be at or what your next con was going to be at. I saw you recently, or not saw you, but saw you were hanging out with some folks recently, but curious where you're going to next. Terrificon is where, that's right. It's where I met you. That's right. So yeah, let me know if you're going to be there. Curious. Candace says she's going to C2E2 next weekend. I'm excited to hunt, excited to see what you picked up. Yeah, appreciate that. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm very jealous that you're going to that. I loved going last year. Not going to be able to go this year, C2E2, but I will definitely go back again at some point because that's a very fun show. And yeah, a lot of big names there, and of course, a lot of community members there as well. There he is, my man, Colin Comics in the house. What's going on, brother? I didn't show your book off and everything yet, but I want to, so I'm gonna show that here in just a bit. Desired Comics, Nigel in the chat, man. My Baltimore Ravens brother, dude, man. I know it's rough, it's awkward, it's sad with the whole Lamar Jackson thing, but yeah, we got to catch up a little bit more about it. Yeah, really bummed. Let's see. Yeah, he's okay. So seeing the King Kong footage is getting me hyped for Terrificon. Yeah, man. I'm glad to hear that you're going, so that's good. He mentioned Niagara Falls and then Terrificon again. Awesome. Very cool. Let's see. Arkham says, no good for all you here. All you hear new to KGC. He's a great dude who's just like me, always working hard and still has a great show. Man, Arkham, man, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate the kind words, man. I'm trying to just do my thing, trying to hunt when I can. I don't always get to go out, but these past 3 weeks has been convenient in terms of the local cons near me and me being able to go on these weekends that I had open. So yeah, I got some good stuff, but I appreciate the kind words, man. John Ross says, I cannot wait. Oh, that's the other one. 3 Men in a Basement. Yeah, of course, 3 Men in a Basement were there. Actually, I got to hang out. Kind of didn't have dinner with, but sat while they had dinner with Roger and Otto and their wives. So it was really nice to catch up with them. But yeah, they're going to have their swap coming up here in May 20th, that weekend. I'm not sure if I'm able to go yet, but I want to because last year was so much fun and those guys are great. So we'll see. But John, I'll definitely see you at Terrificon for sure. Oh, and there you go. Nigel is also going to C2E2. Which, yeah, like I said, very jealous. I know. I will. I feel like maybe it's an every other year type thing. We'll see. Okay, let's see. Oh, our chemist says moving to PA this week. I'll have videos after. Nice, very nice. Good luck on the move, man. And yeah, oh, cool, nice. It'd be cool to catch up with you over there if, like I said, if I can make it. All right, so getting into the books. More Marvel stuff, a lot of Spider-Woman. So this is what was like more of the gem here for Millhouse is that they had everything I needed for collecting 1 through 50, almost every issue that I was looking for. Spider-Woman. So that's 27. These are not in order. I did buy, there were a couple I just couldn't help because most of these I'm about to show, they were $5 on their back, the back sticker. So they're half off. So getting them at $2.50 each. And really, really nice condition. Most of them, maybe 1 or 2 has like a little spine tick, but most of them really nice condition. I think this is just a really underrated series and one that, I mean, I'll take for $2.50 all day long. So I actually rebought this one because this was a nicer copy than the one I showed last week or 2 weeks ago. Spider-Woman issue number 30. And this is the one that Freaky Louie mentioned that was Frank Miller cover. So yeah, love this. I will buy this cover all day. And I can't wait to get to this issue in terms of reading. I've read the first 4 issues so far. Candace reading along with me as well. So it's been a fun journey so far. This is issue number 16, another stunning cover there. Some of the art goes back and forth between, oh, this is Sienkiewicz. Look at that. Sienkiewicz and Rubenstein on this one. Beautiful. I didn't know that he did some art on here. So like I said, it jumped around a little bit. Infantino did some stuff here. This was the guy I did not know, Laleo. But there you go. There's issue number 36. Another beautiful cover. Yeah, love like the close-ups there for Spider-Woman. Like I said, just started to get into the character based on reading a little bit of the tie-ins with what I've been doing with John from John's Comics with Kids, reading the tie-ins with X-Men, and then also her recent stuff in Captain Marvel, in the current Captain Marvel run. She is also in that run as well. So just getting to know more of Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew. So I'm really enjoying the character overall and wanting to know, more and more about the character. Another beautiful cover there. Let's see, my man Mercy Andres in the chat. What is up, brother? Good to see you, man, over out in Sweden. Let's see. John says 3-room basement was most fun last year. Comics, yes, everything. It literally had everything. Yeah, absolutely right. And I worked it out because I ended up going back up afterwards. My girlfriend was staying at the casino. We stayed at the casino both nights, so I drove down. It was like 40 minutes from Mohegan Sun. Then I went back to Mohegan Sun. So it was a whole nice little trip, little getaway. Yeah, Colin, you definitely should check it out, man. You are local to that. I mean, local enough. It's in Connecticut, but local enough. Definitely worth it. Candace says, I'm giving myself homework, Justin. Don't worry. Yeah. Keep me, make notes as you're reading through these. Let's see. Kevin says, is there a way to buy original art of your dad's work? So I know he has a bit of a list at the moment, but Art Chemist, reach out to me on Instagram and we'll see. We'll talk. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some possibilities. Again, depending on his schedule and what he's doing, but reach out to me, man. We could figure something out maybe. Let's see. Candace says, yeah. I mean, these are just awesome. Here's issue number 14. So again, there's 50 issues altogether from this series, and I really think, I mean, most of this particular stack that I'm showing right now, I mean, that's at least, I mean, that plus what I've had so far, I know I'm more than halfway, I think. Issue number 13 there. Another beautiful cover there with the Shroud. Not as familiar with the Shroud. This is issue number 9. So there's some nice earlier ones. There's Infantino on the cover there. Another beauty, number 9. This is issue number 44. Again, I got to go through. I'm going to rebag and board all these, put them all into some beautiful Mylar. Like I said, too, a lot of these are just really nice condition, like especially the spine. That was like the main thing I was looking for with a lot of these, especially the darker edges or the darker spines. Just keeping an eye out for spine ticks and things like that. I would like to have fairly high quality issues because, I mean, a lot of these are not too old. Late 70s, early 80s, very doable to get in nice condition. This is number 43. Another cool cover there. Looks like she's being carried out. Not good. But yeah, so definitely obtainable overall. Let's see. We got Flash by Night in the house. What is going on, my brother? Good to see you. And Chop and Drop in the house. What is up, Chop? Appreciate you guys swinging by. Big O in the house. Sorry, I missed you, man. What's going on? Thanks for hanging out as well. Let's see. Oh, Mercy, you're still in London. That's awesome, dude. Very cool. One day I want to get out there one day. Let's see. This is number 21. Again, it's going to run through some of these quickly, and then I'll get into some other detailed books again. And I will say, I don't think I really, again, I was trying to keep somewhat of a budget, and my goal especially at a con like King Kon, my goal is to get more filler stuff. I mean, they had great deals overall, like wall books, all that stuff, and there were a ton of options there. But for me, I mean, that's where I really just take the time to go digging, and so for me, it's an opportunity to really not just hunt down the books, the fillers that I'm looking for, but I can be picky about it because there's so many options. So I can go, Spider-Woman box to Spider-Woman box. Like I said, I got lucky with this one as I found from Millhouse, but I definitely had looked in some other boxes, other vendors, and was just waiting for the right time to find the right copies, higher grade. So there's number 19 there. Looks like Werewolf by Night stars in this one. Definitely have seen that cover around before as well. This is number 18, Sins of the Flesh. Not sure who that almost looks like Molten Man there, almost. Let's see, this is number 22. Yeah, I'm all over the place in terms of numbers or count, but good stuff either way. What is up, Sheena? Sheena in the house, and Kenneth Bird as well. What is going on, my friend? Appreciate you. If you guys are just joining, just showing off the haul from King Kon that just passed this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I was there all day Saturday. Got to see everybody. This is issue number 26. Another nice one. Love this cover. Actually, this one I own two of now because this was a higher grade too. This is issue number 34. I love this cover. If there's another one other than that Frank Miller one that I would just like buy all the time, I think this one might be it. Just love her pose in it and everything. The perspective of like kind of zoomed in over the arm. Again, haven't got to this issue yet in terms of reading, but I'm definitely curious, kind of what's going on there. Yeah, this is that Leia Loha artist. So there it is again. Let's see, this is number 48. This is towards the back end of the series. It was just Postman and Breeding doing the cover art there for that one. Nice bright cover. We got Funk Comics in the house. What is up, Funk? Good to see you. Let's see, showing up more Spider-Woman. This is 47. Nice one there. Let's see. Oh, apparently the Kingpin is involved with this. This is 46. Some of the towards the back end there. 41 as well. Keep going with some of these. Yeah, cool dragon. Number 42. Again, going to put a lot of these into Mylar is the plan. 45. What do you guys do? What do you guys think of Mylar? Do you guys use any type of Mylar bagging, or do you just use like the poly stuff, or a mixture of both? Maybe you save Mylar just for specific books. I was doing that, and then I just started to get I guess snobby with it, where I love the look of books with Mylar, so I just want to put everything in them. I even put my new books in Mylar for the most part. So can't help myself. It is expensive. It is very expensive. That is definitely the drawback, and it's harder to find nowadays too. I feel like this is cool. This is a tie into X-Men. I was looking for this one. I kept coming across like beat up copies, so I finally found a nice copy there. As you can see, some of the X-Men tied in there. So I like these crossovers. I love this era just in general. Like I said, late 70s, early 80s. Obviously, all of that ties into the Claremont stuff that I've been reading and enjoying. With John and the show that we do. And then this last one, I think this was also them. This is Miss Marvel. Just a little change up as I'm slowly collecting this one as well. This one's way less amount of issues. I think only 23. Yeah, so nice quality. Again, bag, little beat up there, but it'll look nice in Mylar once I get that going. Let's see. My man Mark in the chat. What is up? Mark Robinson says you always talk about you always talk about comics you like. What are the title or two that you don't like? Oh man, Mark, that's a good question. It's I feel like I haven't read enough to be able to truly answer that. I don't know if I mean, I'm reading like a lot of new stuff. I mean, I'm trying to read old stuff, but like I get into these modes where I read a particular series, and like even for something like Spider Woman that I was just showing off, I'm only 4 issues in right now. You know, I can't really like like there's a lot of situations where I'm like, you know, set up like that. There's only so many like Fantastic Four issues that I read, things like that. Um, I'm trying to think of like titles, like even the new stuff. If I read it, I'm just like, if there's something I don't care for per se, it's not that I wouldn't like it. That's a tough question, man. I'm going to think about that. I'm going to think about that. I will also say that I am generally, I'm very good at finding things I like about things. So even if it's like, even for like movies, things like that, even if it's not considered a good movie or a good comic, I feel like I'm very good at finding something out of that I really enjoy, and then turn it into something that I say I enjoy. So that's just me, man. That's just me. Let's see some of the Mylar chat here. Yeah, so Nigel says Mylar for nicer books. Totally understandable. Wesley says Mylar is bougie for me to afford. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's definitely expensive. And I talked about this last time. Some of the vendors that I bought from my last haul video, they literally had like everything in. Actually, I might even have some in here that are yeah, there's a couple here that are in Mylar where I'm like, man, I'm buying dollar books that are in Mylar, or $2 books that are in Mylar. I'm like, the Mylar alone is like $1, you know, the bag itself. So I'm like, I'll take it. You know, so that's a win in its own right. So if you're, you know, hunting and you notice that, you know, and you're in like a dollar bin book, it might be worth it just to buy the dollar bins just for the Mylar. Again, if you're looking for some opportunities. Yo, comics and culture in the house. What's going on, my friend? I know I met you last year at King Kon. You weren't there this year though. I know I saw your comment about it. Curious if you ended up going on Sunday or not. I was only there Saturday, but you know, either way, I hope you're doing well. Unruly Simeon also in the house. What's going on, my friend? All right, next pile. So again, that was just the first pile here that I had just gone through. Let me actually I'm gonna take a moment. I want to shout out Conlon. I don't know if you're still here, Conlon. Conlon Comics. He's just been a great dude. Someone I met in the community, met through Instagram for a little bit, and then he had reached out to me just from I ran into him at the last year's ZapCon, I believe. And it was really cool to just catch up with him. I saw him here again and really be able to hang out with him for a bit, which was nice. I wish I was able to grab a beer with you, man, next time for sure. Next time for sure. There he is. Says I'm still kicking it. Yeah, we'll have to plan something out, man. But he had gotten me some really nice stuff, so I want to show that off real quick. He had a book for me. This is World's Finest issue number 149. Just a really, really beautiful, bright cover, really nice quality too. That he had brought with him to the show to pass along. He knows that I've been on this kick for a lot of the DC stuff. I know I'm showing a lot of Marvel here today, but if you've been following my channel or following me on Instagram, you know I've been really exploring a lot of the DC stuff. And you know, this is just as a 12 center, especially really nice condition. It is hard to find white covers like this. So thank you so much, man. This is really, really cool. I've never seen this cover before. So I should note that as well. So nice 12 center, World's Finest. I will definitely check this out later and also hit it with the Mylar goodness. Also, the other thing that Conlon had given me, I got my own stickers, guys. How cool is that? How cool is that? My man does stickers on the side and hooked me up. So, dude, this blew me away, man. This was so nice of you. You know, I got my boxes and stuff. I can throw these on. You know, if I ship stuff out here and there, maybe I'll throw them into some of my my boxes and things like that. Maybe pass them out to some friends and family. But I really, really appreciate that. So, guys, if you're not following Conlon Comics, go check him out over on Instagram. Really, really great guy. And like I said, he's local to me. So, you know, I'm sure I'll see it the next one. You should definitely check out the 3 Men in the Basement swap if you get a chance. I know ZapCon's coming up in September, Terrificon. Hopefully you're there for that too. And you know, there's a bunch of, you know, smaller expos and things like that. So, yeah, really, really cool, man. I never had my own sticker, so I appreciate that. I really do, man. Yeah, very cool. And yeah, Mylar. I'm going to definitely throw this in some Mylar. So appreciate you, brother. Absolutely, man. 100%. 100%. Yeah, guys, make sure after this video, I will add the link, but you know, or for Conlon's channels or page. So make sure you check him out over there. on Instagram. Comics and Culture says, yeah, I had family plan. Totally understand. Totally understand. Do what you got to do, man. I hope it was a good weekend. Sheena, done. Consider it done. Consider it done. All right, let's get into this next pile. This little pile here is actually the first pile that I bought. I went right to, it was a vendor all the way to the right wall. If you walk in up against the window, I had actually bought from them at Terrificon last year too. And man, I can't remember their name right now. Really good guys. But they had a bunch of dollar bin stuff, and it was like buy 12 for $10. So these are all dollar bin stuff, and I'm really excited to show these off because these are all really, really beautiful books, mostly in beautiful condition too. And again, for $5, books I do not own. These are all, and I showed one earlier today. If you did see me see my post over on Instagram, X-Men Classic. I bought a bunch of the X-Men Classic stuff again for $1. This is 46 here. This is the reprint of 140. So really good, Claremont goodness here. Again, I'm going to show, or I'll show some of these. I know they all reprint, all the classic stuff that I've been reading. I actually think I own this one again, but this is such a nice copy that I had to buy it again. This is number 49. So these are part of those issues where Dr. Doom had visited and captures the team and has I think has dinner with Storm and all stuff. So wild stuff there. Who else was there? I'm drawing a blank. Anyways, here's number 52. That's Caliban, which I'm reading another issue right now, 169, that John and I are preparing for, not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday. Side note, Omni X-Men is going to take a little break tomorrow. We're not going to be live tomorrow, but we'll be live next Tuesday. And the book that we were reading, 169, has that Caliban in it as well. And of course, Spider-Woman. So really pumped to have that one. Beautiful cover. This one too, 51, Storm, stunning. Absolutely stunning. That's the other one there with Dr. Doom as well. So really cool stuff. Again, $1, high grade. I will take these all day, these reprints. I'm going to flip through them later, take some pictures, maybe a video. I'll show them on Instagram. Really, really amazing stuff. If you guys ever get a chance to check it out. Dark Phoenix Saga. This is number 42 for the classic count. So really good stuff there. Again, I want to see, someone told me that some of them might even have like some backstories in these that share some other features about the some of the original stuff that were made later on. This is 37, still Dark Phoenix Saga. I would love to own all these at some point. Again, really beautiful art. That's the other thing too, and Daryl had pointed this out, Read Your Comics over on Instagram, that all these cover remakes are just absolutely beautiful, all based on the issue that they're reprinting. So it's so good. Let's see, this is 31 here. Very nice there. When Jean gets, her mind gets taken over. Let's see, 19 as well. Got Magneto on the front. This is probably 104 reprinting, I think. Kitty Pryde, Trial by Fire. Love this one too. We're just reading some of these recently. So we got introductions to Lockheed. So this is probably this is actually probably last issue, because there's the what's their names again? The Sadri, the alien that can connect, and Chet was calling it lazy art, which I agree, kind of lazy art. The alien, not the rest of it. But love that cover there. Yeah, Unruly, totally agree, man. I like I said, I want to kind of flip through a lot more of these because the artwork is it's a nice way to get a close up again, in a physical book, especially if you can't, get your hands on the original stuff anymore, since a lot of it's going up in price. So let's see. Mark says, last question. Do you ever purchase sizable keys? I ask because you always show off $1 books and really seem genuinely enthusiastic about them. Yeah. I do buy sizable keys. I mean, I have some behind me, but I have bigger books as well. I don't always like to show them off, and I also don't I feel like there's only so many times I can show them off. Like, I don't want to be that person to just re-show my top 12 biggest books every every other week. So I like to mix it up and show a lot of the unique things, or things I think are unique, or things I've never seen before. Granted, I've only been, reading comics for 5 years. But I like to find things that I've found interesting, and maybe other people might know more about it than I do, and teach me a thing or two. So just seeing a lot of the artwork for the first time blows me away every time. So I like to show, any range, from dollar range books to the big keys. I will say a lot of the keys that I have always been looking for, I own already. Like Giant Size X-Men 1. I have an X-Men 1. First Harley Quinn was one that I was always hunting down. I have the first 8 issues of Dream, the whole thing with Sandman, so stuff like that. But yeah, that's okay. Yeah, sizable. Yeah, 50 to 300. Yeah, so even last year, King Kon last year, I had bought a fairly big book, getting X-23's first appearance. So that was a nice purchase for me. Anyways, I appreciate the questions, man. Always. Let's see, this Adam Hughes. Yeah, so Adam Hughes doing some of these covers. That was the other thing I was going to say, is a lot of the art on a lot of these were done by some pretty amazing artists. Art Adams did some. Mignola did some. This one, here's Mignola here. Pretty wicked. Colossus there. Extra muscle there. You always get Nightcrawler bamfing. Man, he's been through war. Look at him. They all been. Look at their shirt all torn up and everything. This is number 70. Let's see, 71. Some of the Brood. I've been loving the Brood stuff, reading a lot of that with John recently. Starjammers show up in this. Really wild stuff. You got Storm on the front cover. I'll post these all day, man. Anyone know how many issues there are, by the way? It's like over 100, right? Of X-Men Classic. And then this one here, this is 69. Another Brood tie-in. This is so beautiful, man. Love this. And if any of you, if you've been reading along, like this is the stuff we've literally been breaking down, and what Storm's been going through. Some wild stuff. I think these covers that I'm showing really do paint a beautiful picture of just knowing what's going on with the team, what they're dealing with, and who these the Brood are. Evil things there. Yeah, there you go. Transfiguration. So those are just 12 books I bought for $10. I feel like I could have left that day with just that, and I would have been super happy. I feel stung. Unruly says, Comics and Culture. Yes, I do. Do I still have the X-Men 1? I do. Have it in a 2.5 signed by Stan Lee. Stan the man. Yeah, I was lucky enough to get that in a raffle a while back. Hey, we got Jimmy in the chat. What is going on? Geek aficionado. Good to see you, man. He loves the X-Men Classic as well. Yeah, man. There it is. Conless is 110. Okay, so I feel like I have like 25 or 30 overall, probably. So I have a ways to go, actually. I really need to start keeping track of my my list of, I do keep a little bit of a track of some series, but I need to start to really write down everything that I own. And I know there's apps out there that do that kind of stuff. I've just been using my notes app to make note of what I'm missing, but I really should get more on top of that so I don't keep buying doubles of things. Yeah, the Hughes cover. Which one was that? Oh, I think back a little further. I forgot this is Magnolia too, by the way. All right, so that's the second pile. I got 2 more piles here. And actually we'll just put this in one. All right. Want to shout out my good friend Chinmo. He was operating the 3 Men in a Basement table there at King Kon. And every time I like to try to support, and Chinmo's a great guy. He's always been a great guy to talk to. He hangs out all the time at all these shows. Helps out the guys, the 3 Men in a Basement, and he's just always around hanging out with everybody, and is a really nice guy to talk to. So I always try to support him when he has a booth set up and selling books there. He also hooks me up. He always, I always appreciate him with the pricing and everything else. And he's got some pretty damn good books. So these are all sets. I should note now. He acquired them through a collection that he bought, and I don't own any of these sets. And some of these sets are ones we're going to be breaking down on Omni X-Men later this year, me and John. And so we had sets. They were all cheap, for the collection of them, and most of them really, really nice condition, which I also, obviously always looking for. So I'm going to show the first set now. This is Kitty Pryde and Wolverine, the set here. So he had the set, and you can see the sticker set for $20. He definitely hooked me up for less than that for everything that I'm going to show here. But yeah, I did not own any of these Kitty Pryde and Wolverine issues. At least not that I know of. I may have bought like an issue 1 a long time ago. Again, like beautiful copies of each of these that I will be putting into Mylar. This is issue number 2, and this is a 6-issue miniseries. So again, another nice set to own. These are a lot of these are Al Milgrom. Shout out to Al Milgrom, by the way. Going to be hanging out with him at HersheyCon coming up in July. And I can't wait for that either. He's actually going to be set up the table next to my dad. How cool is that? You're going to have my dad and Al Milgrom set up together. I'm going to take a recorder and just interview the crap out of both of them and get as many stories as I can out of the two of them, because they definitely go way back. And Al is actually who helped get my dad into the industry overall. So they have some really cool stories to share. So if you're around, it's HersheyCon over near Hershey Park in Pennsylvania. It's going to be the first weekend in July. I'm going to be out there for both days. It could be a 2-day event. Amazing Murphinator in the chat. What's going on? He says Chinmo crushed it. Yeah, he's such a great guy. And he always has the goods, man. He always has the goods. Yeah, 100%. It was a great show. Great show. Let's see. Jimmy says, so I'm in New York right now, but I didn't know about King Kon before getting here. But I caught Big Apple Con. Oh, nice. Okay, so yeah, I knew they were both going at the same time. Some people were kind of split. Some people went to one on one day, one on Saturday, one on Sunday, things like that. That's cool though. I didn't know you were in New York, in the city. Yeah, this was right outside the city, over in Jersey, not too far away. Like I said, I put the King Kon link in the description. You should follow their Instagram channel if you get a chance, and maybe catch the next show, because it's a good one, man. It's everybody's there. Like I said, a lot of the community. Let's see. Mark says, I lied. I have another question. Aren't you running out of room? You buy lots of books. As far as tracking your comics, CLZ is pretty good. So I've heard of the CLZ app. I think there's like a subscription fee though, which I don't like. When I heard about that, I know it used to be a one-time fee. Let's see. Wahoo claims to be free, but you end up paying. Interesting. I never heard of that one. Yeah. And yes, to answer your question, I am definitely running out of room. It's something that it's been a conversation I've had pretty much since I've gotten onto Instagram. Probably a year in is when I started to realize I was going to run out of room. I've been, I'm coming on 5 years collecting in August. And I still haven't truly found a solution yet. So brainstorming with a lot of friends, but it seems everybody. The only thing I always say is that we have to upgrade our house. So I'm just going to buy a bigger house. That's what I'm leaning on. Buy a bigger house, and all my problems are solved, right? Let's see. Yeah, talking about Kitty Pryde Wolverine. Great story. Good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, I have not read any of these. Again, show a couple others here. So beautiful covers. A lot of them really like dramatically white or black backgrounds. So I feel like they're harder to find. This is issue number 4. It's got to be the hardest one to find. I mean, the spine is just so clean. Like the whole, I mean, I guess whoever it was that Chinmo got these from, I mean, clearly took care of their books, which is nice. So yeah, they're all in really pristine condition. Let's see the number 5 there. Really cool stuff there. Wolverine, the large face of Wolverine. And then number 6, which is the last issue from this set. So love that one as well. Let's see. Oh, TM Nerdy in the house. What is up, TM? Trav, good to see you. Let's see. Hello, Matt. Thanks for hanging out, Matt. Let's see. Jimmy says CLZ is awesome. The fee is tiny, but worth it. Okay. I mean, like I said, I remember when it was like a one-time fee, and then ever since I like passed up on it, and then later found out it's like a subscription fee. I was like, obviously I wish I signed up earlier if I was going to, but we'll see. I'll look into it. And I didn't realize that this has been a continuation from the Wolverine mini. So that is something that John and I will be breaking down later this spring for Omni X-Men, because those are in the Claremont Volume 3 Omnibus, those Wolverine ones. So that should be good as well. Let's see. John says, my oldest just bought a house thinking about taking over the bathroom too. There you go. There you go. Just knock out some walls, man. There you go. The Gym Mint solution. Yeah, did you do that too? There you go. Buy a bigger house. That's all you got to do. Patrick in the house. BLC, what is up, my friend? Good to see you. Missed you, man. Over at I know normally you're at King Kon, but I know you're doing your thing at the other one, so I understand, totally understand. All right, next one up. So, all right, here's the next set, right? So, we're doing, like I said, he had them all nice and neat. Set for $10. I didn't even know Iceman had a 4-issue miniseries, but here it is. Some cool covers there. So I was able to get all 4 of those as well. Never read this. Like I said, did not realize that this was a thing back then. But there you go. Some of the artwork is Bob McLeod. Oh yeah, Mike Zeck doing some of these covers here, all of them actually. So I was really surprised to see that. Zeck and who did I see? Beatty? Oh yeah, Beatty. Beatty on that one. Nice pink cover there with the X-Men in the old costumes. Interesting. And then like a much darker, like I said, there were just like a lot that have these darker spines. They're usually hard to find in general, and this is just so crisp. Again, these aren't even Mylar bags that I'm showing off here. Anyways, so he had those 4 for $10, and he gave me a bit of a deal, so can't beat it. And then the other one, actually, I got 2 more here. So, Beauty and the Beast. I was just talking to Paul back-to-back issues with it about this one. I never really seen this one either, but really cool covers, and it looks like a fun read. So Senkovich as well. Yep, looks like. 85. That's number 2. Got Beast there. I feel like Beast is someone who I've never really read a lot about, especially because he wasn't part of the Claremont X-Men at that time. Like I've read a little bit of Beast playing a role in the new stuff, the Hickman stuff, but to really get an idea of his personality, I mean, other than a couple of like random issues that he shows up in for what we've read on Omni X-Men, really don't get a sense of his character yet, or haven't. So maybe this will help a little bit. So there was that set there. I got one more set, and then I got one more pile. So appreciate everybody who's hanging right now on this nice Monday afternoon or evening. And then so this last one is the X-Men and the Avengers. It's a 4-issue mini set as well. Again, really cool. Looks like we're getting close to the 90s here. 87. Okay, 87. So really cool stuff there. The Temptation of Magneto. Interesting. Who's under there? Who is that? This is number 3. Got Cap. Nice drawing of the shield there. Wolverine having a little bit of a difficult time breathing. Not good. And this is a really cool cover too. This is issue number 4. I like all the floating heads there between both teams, and you got Magneto right on the cover. The judgment of Magneto. So yeah, really, really good stuff. So Chinmo, appreciate you, brother. If you guys don't follow Chinmo, you should. Over on Instagram, reach out to him, talk comics. Let's see, Miss So in the chat. What is up, Miss So? Good to see you. Let me scroll back through here a little bit. Very cool. Glad you had fun. Just watched Comic Journey's video on the con today. Nice. Journey did a video too. That's awesome. Very cool. Let's see. Funk Comics in the house as well. Hello. TM says, please tell me you picked up some DC. Go watch last week's haul video, TM, because there was nothing but pretty much. And now this week it's kind of reversed. I've shown one DC book, and that was given to me by Conlin Comics. So I think that might be the only DC book that I'm going to show here today. I got one more pile though. Let's see, catching up. So, oh yeah, Patrick's going to be a C2E2 as well. Man. I wish I could go. Let's see, everybody saying hi to everybody. Okay. Think I'm good here. All right. Last batch. Scrolling to, oh no, there's one more DC book. Literally one other one that I did pay for. So this little batch here I got between Gerard and X Illusionary Comics, if you know X-Men, the X-Men. These are from their setup that they had. They're usually always set up together. So I'll just kind of run through. Oh, actually, this one I did not get. So this one I got from Nemesis Prime's booth. I forgot I put this in that pile. Nemesis Prime was teamed up with his buddy Armand, who I just got to meet for the first time, and he had this book and hooked me up for $20 for this Daredevil 115. This is where we see the first ad, right? I think for Hulk 180, Hulk 181. So, and this is just one I never had for my collection. Usually it's overpriced, so glad that I was able to find a nice copy. Again, gonna throw this into some Mylar as well, but nice to just have as part of filling my Daredevil run that I've been forever trying to collect. So, all right, let's start with X. I bought 3 books from X Illusionary Comics. The first one up, and again, yeah, so first one up is Fantastic Four. This is issue 250. The reason I bought this, well, you can already see the X-Men are involved, right? So I actually randomly went back and read this because of a recent issue that John and I had broke down, I think like 167 or 166, where they referenced this because Gladiator had a situation with Fantastic Four, and as you can see, the tie-in with the X-Men there as well. And this was a special 250 issue. You know, a little bit more thicker in terms of the read. And it was actually 249. So 249, 250 that I read. But this is where Gladiator comes down and gets a bit tangled up with Fantastic Four, and who he thinks at first is the X-Men, who, if you guys have been watching Starjammers and all that stuff, Gladiator ties into all that with the X-Men. And so for him to like run into them down on Earth when he thought that they were up in space, he was very confused. You find out later, spoilers, you find out later that it's the Kree, or I'm sorry, the Skrulls that are playing games here and acting as the X-Men, throwing everything off. So, yeah, interesting read. I wanted to pick that up. It's also a nice copy. John Byrne and Terry Austin team up there as well. Gonna have to open that up later, take some photos. Next one. So if you guys have followed recently, I did post an Iron Fist book. I don't really know much about Iron Fist other than what I've like kind of watched in the Netflix stuff, which wasn't that great. But I know that it doesn't mean anything compared to the comics. I always see like Morbius Comics posting this stuff. You know, really, really beautiful artwork. And a lot of it's tied into like Gene Colan and some of the other artists that I really love from this era. So I really wanted to it's been starting to catch my eye. So I did post one the other day. I just found this is Marvel Premiere. Marvel Premiere Iron Fist. This is issue number 18. Got this for a couple bucks and just love the artwork. Really, really beautiful stuff here. Again, gonna have to open this up. And this is what I was talking about before. These are Mylar books. This is what I was saying before. Was sometimes it's nice just to buy them, just to have the Mylar too on top of it. Knowing how hard they are to find nowadays. But anyways, yeah, just really, really beautiful stuff there. So that's number 18. We'll have to open that up later as well. Let's see. There he is, my boy John. What is up, John? John was just talking about all this, some of this stuff tying in. You missed the X-Men Classic stuff, by the way. Got a ton of X-Men Classic for $1 each. Naman in the chat. What is up, Comic Book Worm? Good to see you. Let's see. First Green Arrow? No, not quite. Not quite. Let's see, scrolling through here. Yeah, if he's someone, yeah, I've seen that Neil Adams cover. That's another one. I've been on a big kick for getting Neil Adams covers recently. Let's see, scroll through. Okay, yeah, the Bronze Age Iron Fist books for sure, man. It's getting my attention more and more. So, all right, other book that I got from X is this is Avengers issue number 110. You see a theme here? All these books from random series, a lot of them tying back into the X-Men in some shape or form. As we got Magneto, beautiful Magneto cover, and Cyclops, you know, pretty much being Cyclops. Can we say that? Is that fair? Is that shots fired there? Interesting that they're in their old suits. You know, I'd be curious to know what happens here. So I know that this is a 110, 111 ties together. So I'm gonna have to go back and read those and see kind of what happens at this time. Because at this time, I don't even know what year we're in, but for 110, yeah, I mean, I'm curious to know kind of where the X-Men were at this era. But yeah, beautiful stuff there. Yeah, exactly, Patrick. Shots, but you agree though, right? I mean, that's basically Cyclops doing his thing, right? Just laying there. Naman says, "Am I the only one who loves Cyclops?" No, man, I have some respect for him. I just tease. I know we do have some people that always have shots fired on the show. It's fun and entertaining. But yeah, I mean, clearly he plays a big role. All right, last batch of books here, and I got these from Gerard, who is also, like I said, they're sharing the same booth. I'm going to save that book for last. This first one here, again, you're going to see some themes here. So got Marvel 2-in-1. I think this might be my first Marvel 2-in-1. I went back to buy this because of the tie-ins with Spider-Woman. If you guys were here earlier when I first went live, that's all I talked about and showed was a bunch of Spider-Woman books from volume 1. Some of them, which especially like issue 1 that I had just read, hints back to a lot of this stuff. These Marvel 2-in-1s with the Thing, telling a little bit more of her backstory and tie-in. So there it is right there. Nice copy as well. So yeah, other than this, I've never owned a Marvel 2-in-1 that I know of. So, but I definitely want to read it for the tie-in for Spider-Woman. Let's see this. So next couple here, actually, this is Pollard. Marvel Team Up. This sorry, was this a reprint? Marvel Team Up number 1. I don't featuring Spider-Man. Oh, the official Marvel Index. There you go. Yeah, I just thought this was a really beautiful cover. This is by Pollard. Never seen this one before. Really stood out to me even from far away. I'm gonna hit it with some Mylar, so I'll have to reshare that later. You guys can see, but the colors really pop. So yeah, gonna have to check that out. And then from the actual Marvel Team Up series, this one, who I've now been getting more familiar with, Paul Smith. I recognized his artwork immediately since John and I've been reading the Paul Smith stuff. This is 132, and it's Spider-Man and Mr. Fantastic. Again, again, in a way, it ties into the X-Men because it's more about the artist that I recognize being Paul Smith, and yeah. Really, I'm starting to enjoy his artwork and appreciate it. So interesting that's just a solid white background, but otherwise curious to see these two team up. Be interesting. Let's see another back to some Spider-Woman. This is number 32. Really like how they have all the original horror characters on the cover here, and you got Werewolf by Night swinging through here, as you can see. So yeah, this is again number 32. Nice cover, nice copy of it as well. And that's Miller and Jansen, noted for that one. Yeah, see, there you go, Paul Smith love right there. Let's see. Looks like a great next to my Marvel Team Up complete run. Damn, Patrick, you get the whole thing. One day, man, maybe one day. I will say, like the Marvel Team Up stuff, like that's been on my list for a bit now, and every time I see, especially some of those earlier issues, artwork just completely blows me away. And I showed recently the ones that my dad got me, the 9/6s and the 9/8s and some of that stuff. Did you see that, Patrick? I actually think I have them right here. Have one of them right here. This is what my dad some of his work. This was the last 150 and a 9/6, 9-point-sexy. This was gifted to me by my dad. But yeah, so he worked on that, which I thought was really cool. The last few, like 141 through 150, was all my dad doing the interior stuff, and then Barry Windsor Smith doing the cover. Anyways, that's not what I got from King Kon. I just want to show that real quick since it was brought up. And John says 32 is his favorite. There you go. Because all the characters, right? All the horror. I know that really stands out. A lot of people had brought that up. Appreciate that, Naman. I saw another, where else was that? Oh, Naman said he's trying to complete the Marvel 2-in-1. That's really cool. I'm curious how many issues it is, if that's a lot. I assume that there's a good chunk, 100 maybe. I don't know. And yeah, Naman's, am I the only one? And Mark said yes. Yes, only you love Cyclops. Okay. This is a bit of a key. Thought it was cool to find this here. This is issue number 100. First, Karma. So there you go there. And beautiful artwork. I love the lighting that's done on here. Who's this? This is Miller and Jansen. That explains a lot of it. Love the artwork here. Absolutely beautiful. I've been eyeing this book for a while, and I feel like again it's harder to find in like nicer condition because it's this white background that you see, and then just the bright oranges and yellows. Like I feel like it was also just a book that was well loved at the time. So nice to get one in a nicer condition there. So again, shout out to Gerard for these books that I'm showing here. 2 more books left, and then I'm gonna wrap things up. if TM, if you're still here, this is the one DC book that I'll be showing, other than the gift that I got that I showed earlier from Conlon. This is 89. This is number 89. This is a Brian Boland cover, which I've been slowly collecting these as well. So yeah, figured perfect opportunity to pick one of these up. Wonder Woman, she's fire, but not in a good way. Not in a good way. Brutal. I like the purple hair here, though. Very much Ravens like. So there's your one DC book, TM, if you're still in the chat. Let's see. And then the last book that I have, this is really, really cool. Of course, I want to save something for my last in terms of what I'm sharing, what I picked up. This, out of all the books, this definitely means the most to me out of any of the ones that I just showed here on the live stream that I picked up from King Kon this weekend. This is a Spectacular Spider-Man issue. Now, I only have a couple of Spectacular Spider-Man issues, and they are only because of my dad, or because my dad worked on them, that I hunt these down. This is one that I did not own, and it's actually even more so special than I realized when I was talking with him last weekend. I was hanging out with my dad. My family came from Baltimore. I shared this, on the live stream last Monday. He had told me that his first work on Spider-Man was in this series, and it was this book right here. This is issue number 63, when he fights Molten Man. And I'll have to say, this was a very fun issue. You do get Harry in there, Harry Osborn, Liz Allen. I don't read a lot of Spider-Man, and I know I probably should. And I talked about probably on last stream, saying that I always hear this is an underrated series. One I would like to read. Same with Web of Spider-Man at some point. But this is my dad's first artwork that he worked on for the character Spider-Man. So this was a must-have for me, and I will tell you right now, I will buy this book anytime that I see this on the shelves, in the dollar bins, $5 bins, wherever. I would like to own a nice copy of this one day. While this may not mean that much to a lot of people, it definitely means a lot to me, and I think it's really special that to just see my dad's work again early too in his career, and drawing such a huge character as Spider-Man. So yeah, this is definitely a must buy for me, and I will pick this up time and time again. Now that I realize that that's his first work. So again, if anybody's wondering, it's 63. Spectacular Spider-Man. And I did just read it recently too. Like I said, real fun issue. Molten Man trying to cause havoc and get back at Liz. And yeah, it's messy. Wild battle at the end where neighbors come in and bring their hoses and spray down Molten Man. It's wicked. It's really interesting. Anyways, that's yeah, the book I'm going to wrap up with here. And yeah, see some. Yeah, I need to get that. Yeah, dude, man. Hope you find a copy. Hope you can find a copy. Let's see. Colin says that's so cool. I'm curious if I have that issue. Yeah, man. Go back and see if you have it. I'm curious. He's done a couple other issues too. He has done, and I can't remember the issue number, but it is like in the 70s or 80s, and it's like yellow, mostly yellow cover, and it has Punisher, who's like getting handcuffed down in the corner. If you have that one too, that was one of my first books that I got that my dad worked on, and it was from this run as well. It's cool because him and Al Milgrom both worked on the cover of that one together. Again, the issue number slips my mind. I want to say maybe 173 or something like that. But yeah, really cool that they teamed up for that. So I actually had my dad and Al Milgrom sign my copy a while back. So I do have that. But yeah, so really cool stuff. Again, first work on Spider-Man. Man, you had that whole run too. That's wild. Curious how many issues that is. It's got to be a good chunk. Comics Culture says, I'm going to help you, Justin. It's Webhead Wednesday, not Wolverine Wednesday. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. I've been doing Splish Splash Wednesday. Is that not good? Maybe that'll be a book for this Wednesday, then. Be perfect timing for that. But anyways, yeah, appreciate it, Murphinator, and hanging out. JP in the house says, I'm excited to see Justin has finally realized his dad was a great comic artist. Yeah, man. It's so cool to like see these books and like, just catching up. Like a lot of this stuff's like new to me for the first time, blows me away. So yeah, really cool. And shout out to you, Dad, if you're watching this later. Yeah, and by the way, so my dad, like I mentioned earlier, he will be at HersheyCon. I'll be at HersheyCon. It's coming up in July, first week of July. If you guys are there in Pennsylvania near Hershey Park, it's like right outside of Hershey Park. Check it out. It's a 2-day event. He's going to be there. Al Milgram's going to be there. I think Roy Thomas is going to be there, and a bunch of other big names. And last year was a lot of fun. It was only 1 day last year. They're making it 2 days this year. I will be there for both days, and I actually might be doing some live streaming and potentially some interviews with a lot of the creators that are going to be there. I think there's even going to be some like wrestlers and some other like older actors and things like that that I might have an opportunity to talk with for a little bit, whether it be on camera for the channel or recording as like a podcast type feature or Instagram. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm really excited to do that as well. So if you guys are around and you want to meet my dad or anyone else there that I just named, or just go for a good time, July, the first weekend in July, we will be there. Yeah, first weekend in July. It's like July 2nd and 3rd, I think, or 1st and 2nd, and it is. I'll send you the info, Naman. Let's see. Spectacular goes to 263 issues. Whoa. Okay. Well, there you go. There's a direct and newsstand and Mark Jewelers. Damn it, Patrick! I'm gonna have to own all 3 of them in 9/8. Damn it. maybe not the 9/8 part. I would like to own each of them though. That's really good to know. Good to know. Of course, they got to have all these different versions. Anyways, that is what I have just on the hour mark. So appreciate you guys hanging out. Again, shout out to everyone at that was there at King Kon this weekend. Just a ton of people that I got to catch up with. Really nice to see everybody. And yeah, if you ever get a chance, go to this Comic-Con. It is so good. Shout out to Greg, MTG Greg. He's the one that helps run this event. I put the information down below for the King Kon Instagram page. I think they have like 2 a year now. I think is like the goal that they've been doing, and this was their first 2-day event. Yeah, there's plenty for everyone to do and see. They even had a couple artists that were there, a little artist alley, and I know this thing's just going to continue to grow. It is definitely a community. They even say it's for the community by the community, and I just love that phrase, and especially for this Comic-Con because it's so true. All the vendors there, most of them. If you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube, you're going to know most of them. And on top of that, no one's trying to kill you there. Like the deals are always great. You always have options to finding all the books that you're looking for. Like I said, I found a ton of the Wonder Woman. I'm sorry, the Spider Woman series from Volume 1 that I was looking to fill. So thanks to some of the people at the vendors that were there, I'm now more than halfway. So can't wait for that. I have a ton of bagging and boarding to do. So that'll be next, at least for my day here. And maybe that's probably going to take me a couple days to get it all done, but we'll see. I appreciate the love. Appreciate everybody hanging. Again, we are not going to be live tomorrow. Me and John from John's Comics with Kids, we're not going to be live for Omni X-Men. We're going to continue on next Tuesday, not tomorrow, but following Tuesday. It'll be on his channel, taking just the week off, and we'll be breaking down 169 next week over on his channel. So make sure you're subbed up to him as well. Appreciate you guys hanging out. It's nice catching up with everybody, seeing some a lot of good friends and people I've talked with over the years. So it's good to see everybody in the chat. Yeah, I think I'm just going to keep this going on Mondays, like try to get something going if it's a haul video or something, but it's a good time that works for me in my schedule. Want to get back into making content. And so this is a way to do it. So again, I appreciate everybody kind of hanging out here. And if you're watching the replay, appreciate you as well. Guys, make sure you smash that like button on the way out. And yeah, I think that's it. So until next time, I'll talk to you later.